Here are for you Tatjana
and Judith.
And we are still in Espoo at the ISU Grand Prix, the 5th Grand Prix just concluded, and now we can wrap it up for you.
Exactly, we bring to you the review from this arena where we and almost all the skaters are so familiar with. It was another nice event, well organized. The people here just know how to do it.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to come to Finland, and the skaters said the same thing. For example, Madison and Evan, they said they've been here so many times, and actually this was the arena where they had the international debut as a team a couple of years ago.
Interesting information. I also didn't know that.
I remember that when they competed here at Finlandia Trophy first time, and there were still Tessa and Scott competing. So this is a long tradition here, and it was nice to come here and watch this event. The 5th Grand Prix, so some more spots in the final were taken.
They were taken, and I had the feeling the competitors felt that, and it led to quite some mistakes. I already said last night, like, overall, I would say it was unfortunately the weakest Grand Prix.
Yeah, there were so many errors after all. But let's go through it with you together. And here it was also the first Grand Prix that the men started the competition, and that means also they had early morning practices. So maybe that affected one or the other.
Maybe. Well, we had the top 2 finishers had very strong performances here. Kaoru Miura and Shun Sato, who are also best friends, and they love competing against each other, with each other, and they also said it was their big goal to go to the final together because it really motivates them to train and to compete against each other.
And I think that, Kao definitely now, after winning his first Grand Prix event of his career, after being second the last season and at Skate Canada. Now he won the first Grand Prix, so he is qualified for the final. Shun has good chances. He was second and third.
But he loses already the tiebreaker against Kevin Amos, we will talk later. So, to be honest, I thought Kao should have let his friend win, because then they would have both been in.
They would be.
But yeah, of course, the friendship does not go that far.
Yeah, everybody wants to win.
So yeah,
for
Shun
sure.
Sato actually, he might end up as an alternate, because he lost the tiebreaker to Kevin Amos, who has the better combined score.
Okay.
Two.
I saw, because Shun had such a good score here, but it was not enough, because at Skate America there was a big gap in the score.
Exactly. Good strong skates from both of them. Kao had some problems with his spins. He always changed around his free skate layout like a lot. He always does that, but it worked for him.
The spins, he did get no value for his change sit spin, because he was not sitting low enough in the short program, and then the spins were not the highest level in the free. Something to work on for Kao, not only the quads.
Exactly.
And he took out the quad loop because he felt like he needs a clean skate in order to win, and that was the right decision. Yeah, Kevin Amos, he had a very disappointing short program. Fell apart, unfortunately. He popped the quad.
He said it was a nightmare competition for him. He was a bit dramatic, I have to say.
Oh yeah, he's always dramatic.
He was back to his old self, the dramatic Kevin, I have to say. Like, after the short program, he just walked through. Also, no comment to the media. Also, after the free skate, he came out and was like, "I'm only going to give one short statement." And he was very dramatic. But I mean, he got himself together for the free skates. He has this very captivating bolero, and he could deliver that. And strong nerves.
Yeah, well, and he said he was thinking about withdrawing after the short program. He was in such a dark place, but luckily his team around him, his family, his friends, his coach Silvia Fontana, they were there for him, and they kind of motivated him, and he was able to come out and skate really well and fight, and he was proud of himself that he did that. Yeah.
Matteo Rizzo had a little bit of a similar competition to Kevin Amos, I would say. He also really had big problems in the short. He really messed it up. and came back with a strong free skate. I wouldn't want it to be the judge who decides who of them was better. The judges voted in the favor of Kevin Amos because Matteo Rizzo didn't get any value for his choreo sequence.
Yeah, but the difference was still 9 points. So even if he had gotten the choreo sequence, it would not have been made a difference in the score, in the score, yes, but not in the placement. So the choreo sequence, yeah, interesting story. He said he put it on one place, but it was not in the right place on the planned program content sheet that he had himself signed off. But nevertheless, I think to me, I saw a choreo sequence, but the technical panel did not find the choreo sequence, and so he did not get it.
He was also not pleased that his quad loop got the under rotation, and that he said, like, with both of these things differently, he would have gotten 10 points more, which would have made a difference. But of course, the judges saw the other.
Yeah, I thought also it's in the end it's a decision when the judges, and then it's a job of the skater in the case of the choreo sequence to make really clear and really sure that the elements are shown, and then there's no doubt about it.
The other men were really a bit weaker here.
Ups and downs.
The two guys who got called up last week did quite a good job. Nikita Starosten and Ivan Smoratko both used their chance, I think, fairly well, finished 7th and 8th.
Yeah, so Arlet Levandi had a good free skate. Yeah, he's always enjoyable to watch too. Good. Oh, Jimmy Ma, maybe just a short. He had a good short, and he was in 3rd place after the short. Maybe that was too much for his nerves. I don't know. Or maybe he was tired after the Cup of China. He unfortunately bombed in the free and dropped all the way. Okay, the pairs.
Yes.
The pairs. We had hoped or thought that the pairs is an interesting field with many podium contenders, but unfortunately the pairs event turned out with a lot of errors.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I think it was the pressure. It was really the pressure, and also the surprised winners, Minerva Fabian-Haase and Nikita Volodin. They said, especially Minerva said she was so nervous, especially ahead of the free skate, and it showed. They made untypical errors, but after all they came out on top of everyone, and it also shows the quality of this team. Also, in the presentation, in the lifts, they are just very good in these aspects and gathered enough points. Yeah,
they got more positive GOEs and the other teams for their elements that worked well, and also the highest component score. That made the difference, because everybody, as we said, made mistakes. And for Sarah, and now Minerva and Nikita are headed to Japan for the next Grand Prix and have a good chance to qualify for the final in their first season as a team. And
Sara Conti, Nicolo Macci were the favorites in both of their Grand Prix. They come home with 2 silver medals, less than they expected. But after the performance, they thought they would have messed up the final. So after all, they were really happy to see that they were still in 2nd place. Nicolo fell on the toe. I think I have never seen him fall within the last 2 years. He also said it was a very untypical mistake for him. And they're really struggling with the nerves this season.
Yeah, but now they can go to the final with 2 second places. Maria Pavlova, Alexei Sviatchenko, they are a pretty solid team. And so they got the 2nd medal this season on the Grand Prix, which is a great result for them. Definitely. They need to add a little bit spark, but they have a fun exhibition number, so I think they can do it. They can they can go out. And then the Chinese team, Cheng Peng and Lei Wang, they led after. Yeah, they were first after the short program.
Yeah. So. They were very strong there. In the free skate, they messed up the the combination. They had no combination, so that made them drop. Also had some under rotations. But they said they were pleased overall, and they were happy to be here, and they left the ice with a smile.
Yeah, well, that's the most important. That's what we want to see from the skaters. Then in the women, of course, Kaori Sakamoto was a hot favorite, and she delivered, and was no doubt about her winning. Only in the short program, but in the short program it was close between her and Rion.
Because she had a double flip, triple toe. She was luckily able to put on the triple toe, otherwise it would have been an invalid element. So good and quick, strong thinking of her there. Yeah, she was not as strong as at Skate Canada, but it was overall deserved and very obvious win for her.
Rion Sumiyoshi, she, after her third place, she was hoping, well, thinking maybe third place in France. She was hoping that maybe she can get to the final. Now we will see if this happens. She made, the short was good, was better than in France, but the free, there were some errors, and the quad was not clean. And
she also said, like, after the short, she thought she had a shot of winning the event. She was maybe putting too much pressure on herself. She was overthinking too much, and that led to untypical errors for her in the free. So yeah, I mean, I guess it has to be super hard for the skaters not to think about their chances of the final and about winning, but it usually leads to the wrong result.
But the story of the event was actually Amber Glenn's comeback.
She was 11th in the short. She had a super bad day, and that's basically what she said herself. But she said, yeah, she trusted her training. She really saw right away that was just a bad day. And yeah, she couldn't land her triple axel. She popped it actually ahead of the free skate. At the beginning of the
first
free skate.
element, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then she was clean. She also scored a personal best in the free skate and rose all the way to third, and I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, that was great to see. Cheon Kim from Korea, not as bright, not as solid as Skate Canada, and therefore she dropped out of the medals and probably lost the chance of going to the final.
And she also said she was just so nervous, and she said, she said, I don't know what to do. Like, when I step on the ice, I'm so nervous. I want to know what to do about it.
She's 16. Well, yeah. She's very young, but yeah, everybody needs to learn how to deal with it, and some do it better, and for some it's always a struggle. Finally, the ice dance was here the highlight for the Finnish audience.
And I think also maybe kind of the strongest event here. Yeah, even though also Madison Chock and Evan Bates, they had a mistake in the free on the twizzles.
Yes, she made a little mistake on the twizzle. But so that's their score was not but their score was not as high as at Skate America. So Laurence Fournier-Baudry and Nikolai Sørensen, they came a little closer to them, but they did not beat them as they had hoped.
There was actually a nice story that we asked the Canadian team in the mixed zone, because they are eager to win, and especially Nick always says, I want to win. How they felt when they saw the Americans do the mistake. And actually Laurent said, because they're training together every day, that she feels for them so much in this moment, because she knows how much work is going in there. So she really felt for her good friend Madison in that moment, and was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, of course they want to win, but they want to win against the clean skate.
Yes, they don't want others to make mistakes, and you can see how they interact, Madison and Laurence, that they are close, and that's nice to see.
Yes.
In spite of all the competition. So yeah, as we said, the Finnish audience was of course happy to see their team, Julia Turkila, Matthias Versluis,
take the
bronze medal like they had last year at this event. So, and they also had very good performances.
They had solid skates. They were a little bit tense, especially after the free. She said she was not sure if it was really enough. She said she felt maybe not her best during the free skate. But then they were very relieved that they got the scores, and now they want to prove that they are even better at NHK next week.
Yeah. Christina Carrera, Anthony Ponomarenko, one more time, fourth place.
Yes, they were against the Finnish team here. They were against the French team in Angers.
Yeah.
It was just not...
Yeah, but that's where we can
meant
point
to be. Yeah.
out. Yuka Orihara, you who appeared in very entertaining with the Chicago. So
6th place for the second Finnish team.
yeah,
Very
that's
strong.
very good. Very good. Okay, yeah.
That's
then thank you for watching. And next week we will be
in
back in
Japan.
Japan. And then the final stop, the final spots for the ISU Grand Prix final will be taken there. And I guess we can look forward and seeing some more interesting competition and hopefully good skating.
Yes, I'm really excited to see Shoma Ono in person because yeah, I'm going to NHK. I was not in China. It will be my first time seeing him this season. I'm really thrilled to see these performances live. And yeah, we will see Yuma Kageyama again. For the women, we will
Mini
the
and
pairs.
Nikita in the pairs, and then the Italian teams, Rebecca Gilardi, Filippo Ambrosini, and Lucrezia Peccari, Matteo Guarese.
Yes,
So-
also still all have
And the ice dance,
chances.
Charlene, it's lots of Italians, Charlene Guignan, Marco Fabri in the ice dance.
And we will have in the ice dance, we will have like the Finnish team against the Lithuanian team. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's actually already exciting as a little preview for Europeans.
Yes.
They will go against each other.
So stay tuned and keep following.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you.